Alright guys, just thought we'd check out this new gameplay for the new upcoming Tekken 8 character, Mary Zoe. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Really excited. The reveal trailer, I really like the reveal trailer. I really like the look of this character. She just looks really fun. I like the ancient ogre twist as well. And I really like the stage. I think it's Madagascar, I believe, and I believe she's coming out on the 5th of December. Let's check this out.
Tondro nao le tanalahy teo manoto afady amin'ny sany a zao
She looks
fanao
great. She just looks great.
So
I love
far,
the
with the
stage.
exception
The
of
stage is
Clive from Final Fantasy XVI, all of the Tekken 8 DLC characters have been returning fighters from previous games. But Miary, the next and final DLC from Character Pack 2, is a brand new character created totally from scratch for Tekken 8. That means there's a lot to learn about playing her and playing against her. Fortunately, I got the full breakdown from Bandai Namco esports manager Alex Julio, and one last time for Character Pack 2, let's take a look at Miary in Tekken 8, going over what's unique about the character, her best moves, punishes, and some combo routes to get you started.
But yeah, she looks really great. This is the IGN video. I really like the stage. I really like the tree stage from Tekken 8. I forget what it's called. I usually just train there. It's sort of like a pond. It's like a giant pond. But this stage looks really great. Just looks really visually appealing.
First off, just a quick overview of the character. Miary is the first Tekken character that hails from Madagascar and employs a variety of techniques inspired by African martial arts, and also a handful of spirit animal based attacks. She's got a spirit staff that she can swing and incorporate into her combos, a few stance transitions to mix opponents up with, and some especially cool tricks that she can do by the wall as well.
That's awesome.
She was described to me as a character that excels at close distance, is designed to be easy for newcomers to pick up, but also has a very linear offense and fairly weak low-hitting attacks. Let's start off though by covering her stances.
That's nice.
Her main stance is called Merengue Moroso, hereby referred to as More, and she can enter it all by itself by inputting forward 3. From this stance, her follow-ups are a quick 13 frame mid on More 1, with a somewhat hit confirmable extension in More 1-2, that is also a heat engager. It's got decent tracking to the right, is steppable to the left, and the second hit is a high that can be ducked. If they're conditioned to try and duck the extension, she can also do More 1-4, which hits mid, but is minus 13 on block. On hit, it transitions into her other stance at plus 6, which we'll get to in just a second. On More 2, she's got a 15 frame counter hit launcher that is safe on block at minus 6 and knocks down on regular hit. It is sidesteppable and sidewalkable in both directions, but since she can alter the timing, it can be tricky to do so. She's got a 17 frame mid power crush on More 3 that is minus 13 on block and knocks down. Very linear and sidesteppable in both directions. In addition, she can also do More 4, a 17 frame low attack that leaves Miary at minus 1 on hit and minus 12 on block. She also has an extension with More 4-3 that adds on a high hitting kick that leaves her at plus 6 on hit.
Yeah, just overall, I really like her design. I just have a feeling a bit thirsty, but yeah, I got a patchy pizza the other day, and delicious actually. Just got the hot patchy, and have this bottle of water here. My hat's falling off a little bit, but she looks great.
If the first hit is blocked, the second hit will auto whiff, leading to a big punish for your opponent. It too is fairly linear and can be sidestepped or walked in both directions. On More 1+2, she's got a slow 26 frame flipping attack that is plus 6 on block and will shift into her other stance unless you hold back. On hit, you get a free follow-up whether you're in stance or not, as you're left at plus 23. It too can be pretty easily sidestepped or walked in either direction. Finally, she can transition from stance to stance with More 3+4, and on More up 1+2, she's got a little belly flop that's 16 frames, plus 4 on hit, and minus 2 on block.
Just really excited about
Her
it.
second stance is her spear stance, called Baobab Mihira, which can be entered by pressing 3+4, or by connecting with certain moves and strings, which, again, we'll cover in a bit. Her first move is Bao 1, which is just a quick high hitting jab attack.
Yeah, people were sort of worried that this spear thing, she'd be using it as a weapon and just it'd be like overpowered, but she's just using it as a stance. She just holds onto the pole to the dashes from it. So there was like another video where it was a Japanese video of just like it was the training mode, and it was like this mode here, and they were just going through each move separately, and there was tons of like really interesting moves. But I'm really excited about it. This character.
Attack that's 13 frames and +4 on block. She has a follow-up on Bao 1-4, which has her coming down in a cartwheel attack for 2 mid hits that are safe on block at -5. On hit, it's a natural combo that knocks down and leaves you at +24. If the first hit is ducked, the follow-up can either be sidestepped, which gives you a bigger punish but is a bit trickier to time, or you could just hit her out of the air. On Bao 2, Miary has a 23 frame launcher that also hits grounded opponents, making it ideal for following up a knockdown that puts you in staff stance. On block, it's -18, so expect to eat some heavy punishment if it is blocked. Her safe mid option out of this stance is Bao 3, which is a 19 frame homing heat engager that's -9 on block. She also has an 18 frame health sweep from the stance on Bao 4. It launches on counter hit, but as you'd imagine, you will die if they block this. And finally, she can transition back into Miary Moroso by pressing forward while in the spear stance. And if you press up forward, she'll actually hop between spirit stabs like a monkey to gain some distance.
Cool. That's great.
Finally, she technically has one more stance, but the
The stage looks awesome. I love the look of that stage. It just looks so appealing, so like bright, and like just looks fantastic. Just visually appealing. But I'm really excited for this character.
this can only be used with her back to the wall. By pressing back 3+4, Miary will backflip, and if she lands on the wall while backflipping, she'll actually cling to it and can do a push-off flying kick by pressing 4 while wall clinging. This attack does 40 damage on its own and can be either +2 or +3 on block depending on spacing. If the opponent scouts it, it can be easily sidestepped to the left or right. And the last thing to know is that while in heat, Miarizu can use this wall spring attack even without a wall, as she will jump onto her staff and can spring off that. Alright, now that her stances are covered, let's dive into some of her best moves. 3-2 is a 13 frame heat engaging string that's -9 on the first hit and -6 on the second. The second hit is high and can be ducked, but Miarizu can also use 3-1, which hits mid. It isn't a true mix-up though, and can be fuzzy guarded by tapping down back. And also be aware that it is jab punishable at -10. However, this string also has a third follow-up hit on 3-1-2. The third hit is -14, so you're taking a bit of a gamble that they'll try to jab punish the second hit. 1+2 is a 15 frame heat engager that is safe on block at -9. While it is 2 hits that are mid and high, the first hit jails, so you aren't able to duck and punish the second hit. It will catch sidewalk and sidestep right, but is easily sidesteppable and sidewalkable to the left. This move also works out of while standing. Back 4 is a 19 frame pole spinning attack that hits mid, tracks to the right, but is also sidesteppable and sidewalkable to the left. The good thing about it is that it crushes low moves. On hit, it gives you a knockdown, and on counter hit, you get a hard knockdown with a guaranteed follow-up with down 1+2. It will also wall stun when used against the wall. Back 2-3 is a 2-hit high string that also jails after the first hit is blocked, so there's no blocking the first hit and ducking the second. The second hit is also safe on block at -9, while the first is -12, so there's really no reason to not let the whole string rock. The real value of this string though is that it shifts into her Miary stance if she holds forward. On hit, she shifts into the stance at +5, and on block, she's in at -6, but you can cancel the stance with down back and still make yourself safe. Down 3 is a 20 frame low hitting attack that's +1 on hit. It will catch sidestep left, but not sidewalk left, while being fully sidesteppable and sidewalkable to the right. On block, it's -14. Up 1+2 is a 22 frame pound attack that is +4 on block, and on hit it leaves you at +13, guaranteeing a wall standing 1-4, which is a heat engager. I'm sounding like a broken record, I know, but it is very linear and can be sidestepped in both directions. 4-4-2 is a very solid mid poke with 16 frames of startup that is safe on block at -9. You can hit 2 again for a follow-up snake attack that will knock down and is still -9 on block. It will also wall stun. Forward 3 is a 21 frame mid-hitting homing attack that is safe on block at -9, leaves you at +6 on hit, and, well, there's really not much more to say about it, so let's just move on to quarter circle forward 1. This powerful looking back elbow strike deals 25 damage on its own, is safe on block at -9, wall stuns, and can be used to punctuate combos with heavy damage. Like a lot of her kit, it can be sidestepped and walked in both directions. Forward, forward, forward 2-1 is a 2-hit dash attack that jails, much like Azucena's own running 3-2. If you hold forward,
Yeah, she's very like as you saying it, but yeah, I always have mixed feelings sort of about these videos. Like I know they have sort of early access to the character, whereas I'd rather everyone has her at the same time. So because I like discovering and just seeing the moves for the first time and like discovering the character like straight away, like. So I haven't really seen anything, but I guess it's sort of marketing, so they have access to character and they sort of market the character. But she looks great. I'm just gonna look here.
you'll shift into her Miary Moroso stance at +4 on block, allowing you to keep your pressure going with either an uninterruptible more 1 that can be hit confirmed into a heat engager, or a plus on block more 1/2 to keep your turn, or any of her other moves out of the stance. Even without transitioning into the stance, you're still +1. On hit, it will knock down, giving you a free follow-up with more 2. Or, if you decide not to transition into stance, you can do down 1/2. Like most running moves, it's sidesteppable in both directions, though it is a bit harder to step to the left. While standing 3 is a 20 frame attack that is +4 on block, and on hit it forces crouch and leaves you at +7. On counter hit, it becomes a launcher. It too is very easily sidesteppable and sidewalkable in both directions. Full crouch down forward 4 is probably her best low hitting move. It's 18 frames of startup, +4 on hit, +9 on a close range clean hit with a knockdown that leads to a follow-up down 1/2. On block though, it's -26, and you're probably going for a very painful ride. The good news is that it does at least have pretty good tracking in both directions, making it a good tool to try to catch sidesteppers. Sidestep 2 is one of Miary's key moves. It's a 20 frame sidestepping mid attack that's +3 on regular hit, or +6 if you transition into Miary stance by holding forward. On block, it's still +1 without transitioning, and +4 if you do transition into stance. Best of all, it's a counter hit launcher as well. It is linear, however, because it's a move out of sidestep, if you move in the same direction as your opponent, you might be able to still catch them unless they're fully committed to the sidewalk. Up 3 is a move that normally is pretty unremarkable, but if used while in heat, she gains a follow-up in Up 3 too, which is a powerful launcher that's safe at -9 and gives some pretty substantial pushback as well. Finally, we have Forward 4-2, and this is a really unique attack as you can actually choose the direction of the follow-up claw swipe by inputting either Forward 4 Up 2 or Forward 4 Down 2. This comes in handy, especially at the wall, as this move can wall splat, allowing Miary to threaten with wall combos from angles that other characters would not be able to. It's also safe on block at -9, and if used while in heat, actually becomes advantageous at +2. So those are a collection of Miary's best moves. Now let's cover her punishes. For 10 frames, you're going to want to use 1-1-2, which can shift into Miary stance at +5 on hit by holding forward. She's got an 11 frame punish on 2-2. This will send the opponent far away with a knockdown and will wall stun as well. For 12 frames, she has back 1-4, which will knock down. And she can also do 4-4, which automatically transitions into her staff stance at +6 on hit. From here, you can poke with an uninterruptible jab, and once they respect the jab, you can either go for your safe mid, or if you don't think they're looking for it, you can go for the Hell Sweep. You can also cancel the stance by pressing back, which leaves you at +0. For 13 frames, you've got a couple of options. You could use the aforementioned 3-2, as it is a heat engager, and Miary has a bunch of cool techniques while you're in heat. Or if you want a punisher that puts you into another stance mix-up, you can do down forward 1-4, which will put you into your staff stance at +6. And if you prefer the Miary stance, you can do down forward 1-1, which puts you in at +8. For 14 frames, she's got monkey scratches. The command for this is forward 1+2, 1+2, 3+4. Not much to say here other than the fact that it wall stuns, and I just love how this combo looks. For 15 frames, Miary's got a standard down forward 2 launcher, albeit with very limited range. A hop kick on up forward 4-4 that will auto tornado, or if you'd rather have a heat engager, you can use 1+2. For anything that pushes you out but has more than 18 frames of recovery, she can use forward 3+4 too. And finally, from 19 frames, she has horns on down 1+2. This is also really good for hitting grounded opponents. For while standing punishes, she's got while standing 4 as her standard 11 frame while standing punish, which leaves her at +7 on hit. While standing 1-4 is her 13 frame punish that gives you a heat engager. And for 15 frames, she has a standard 15 frame while standing 2 launch punish, or while standing 1+2 for a heat engaging punish. Now let's put all this together for some sample combos using a handful of Miary's combo starters.
Cool. Oh, nice. Oh, that's good. Wow, that's great. That's great. She looks great. And just the character just looks great. Really excited about it. Really excited about it.
And that's Miary Zoo in Tekken 8. Thanks as always to Alex.
Nice. Yeah. She looks great. She looks great. We're really excited for this character. I believe she's coming out 5th of December, so it's like a week away. But really excited to check her out. Thanks very much for watching. If you did watch the video, definitely smash that like button if you like this kind of content. Thanks very much, and I'll catch you in another video. So see you then. Bye.